Hello friends, let's talk about today's essay. So the essay which we are going to discuss today is, some people believe that if a police officer carries guns, it can encourage a higher level of violence. So if policemen, if they are carrying the guns, so these guns, they can cause violence. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now the statement is about to what extent do you agree or disagree, and if you read the question, you will get to know the question itself is in the negative sense, that if policemen, if they are carrying the guns, obviously that is going to cause the violence. It's going to encourage the violence in the community. So do you really think so? No. If policemen are carrying guns, so they are going to control the violence in the society. They are not going to encourage it in any way. So to what extent, what I am going to do in this is, I firmly disagree or I firmly dissent with the notion. Okay, so this is firmly means fully, completely. I fully disagree, I agree. So this is what? 100%. I totally disagree. Now you have to be careful, since the question statement is in the negative sense, so you must disagree. You shouldn't say I agree that they shouldn't carry guns, or they should carry guns or something, right? So don't get confused. Don't get confused while writing it, while reading the question, while starting writing your introduction or something. Make sure you read the statement and you need to see whether you are in the favor of it or against. So basically you against the statement, and if you are against means disagree. Okay, so we have another word, dissent here. Notion means statement. So we have various reasons why we think that this is a good idea. What? Policemen carrying guns. So the first we have is, it is prerequisite. So guns, weapons or arms, they are prerequisite. Prerequisite means important, most important. So guns are necessary, guns are most important for what? To deter criminal acts. So deter means what? Deter means discourage. To discourage or to frighten criminal acts, because if policemen, if they are carrying the guns, so obviously the criminals, they will have a second thought. They'll think again before committing any crime. Okay, so criminals would have a second thought. Have a second thought means think again. They'll think again and again before committing any kind of crime, or be scared before commencing any crime. Scared means getting afraid of commencing. Commencing means going to start. Okay, so let's say if they are there in the bank, if a robbery is taking place, and also when they see the policemen who are carrying guns, obviously they'll get afraid and they don't do the crime. They don't commit that crime that they're supposed to do over there. So in that way, that's going to discourage the criminal activities. They are going to reduce the criminal activities, not going to increase it, because everybody, even if criminals, right, everybody love their life. Nobody would like to lose it. Okay, in other words, if we say that if policemen, right, so if police officers, if they do not carry any guns, if they are not carrying any weapons, so what happens? It is extremely easy to escape from crime scene. So criminals, they can they can run away from that place very easily. So this is what? This can be prevent, right? So this can prevent happening the crime. And here if we talk about, if something is already been done, right, if a crime is already committed, now at that time police officers, they require guns to shoot the criminals if there is a requirement, because today they have committed any crime. They might have murdered someone or something, right? Now they are a biggest threat for the society, and if they are the biggest threat for the society means they shouldn't be that let open freely and like roam around in the society. So they should not roam around freely in the society. Now it becomes the utmost liability of the police officers to arrest them. And in order to arrest them, they need to have something so that they shouldn't get escape from the crime scene. Okay, so no weapon means it is extremely easy to escape from crime scene. And if they have guns with them, if police officers have gun with them, they can shoot from a distance. So obviously they will not try to run away. So guns are incumbent, they are necessary. Incumbent means necessary. So guns are necessary to reduce violence and crime in the society. So the question says they are encouraging. No, they are not encouraging. They are discouraging the crime and violence in the community. Okay, so third we have is police officers, they can protect themselves and people from dangerous situations. So they can protect themselves because their safety is also important, and at the same time citizens also from any dangerous situations. Okay, so as criminals keep life threatening weapons, so obviously if they are criminals, right, they must be carrying something. Obviously any life threatening weapon they must be having. Okay, so if the police officers, if they have no safety precautions, so obviously their life and the citizens life would be at stake. At stake means in danger. So it is necessary, so like they can prevent themselves, they can they can protect themselves and they can protect the other citizens. So for safety it is utmost important. The next we have is police officers, they are well trained and they only use the guns, they only use the revolvers, they only use the weapons in emergency situations. Okay, and that too again, if it is given to them, it is always given for restricted usage. They cannot use it like it's not a toy in their hand, so they can just use it wherever they wish, right? It's not possible for them. They are not being trained in that way and they are not being allowed in that way. So if they are carrying guns, they have to, you know, they have to like give all this, like why and where they used it. Okay, so they have to provide all that information. So obviously they are well trained, they use the guns sagaciously. Sagaciously means wisely. Wherever they think it is mandatory, it is compulsory, they cannot escape, at that time only they use their guns. They don't use it like criminals are doing. So criminals are doing why? To protect themselves, to kill someone, for, you know, to escape from that crime scene also they might be using. But at the same time, if police officers are carrying gun, it is easy for them to shoot them out over there if they are left with no other option. Otherwise it's needed, you know, to arrest them, to prevent from any crime to get happened. Okay, so we have given all these like 4 reasons, and all these 4 reasons are in the favor that why police officers should always carry guns with them. In no way we would say that if they are carrying guns, so that is a threat to the society. No. Yes, of course, if common men like, okay, so if common man they are carrying the guns, it can encourage the violence in society, because just in the moment of anger, in the moment of fear, or in the moment of, you know, any frustration, they can kill anybody, and it's going to, you know, increase the level of violence in the society. But if police officers are carrying, so in no way they are going to increase, they are not going to encourage violence. Okay, I hope the topic is clear to you, and if you like this video, you can share it with your friends and you can subscribe the channel if you have not done yet. So keep learning with me. All the best.